Hey, fellow HBO Max, Last of Us series lovers and the Last of Us gaming enthusiasts. We've got some juicy tidbits on the Last of Us gaming universe just for you. This video will tackle two burning questions on everyone's mind. Could The Last of Us Part 3 be a reality? And what about a standalone multiplayer game for The Last of Us? First, let's explore the likelihood of a Part 3 video game. Naughty Dog's co-president, Neil Druckmann, spilled the beans about the studio working on a new project, but kept mum on whether it's The Last of Us Part 3. In a conversation with Kinda Funny, Druckmann revealed that the next high-profile AA game from Naughty Dog is in the works, but didn't spill any details about its identity. Druckmann shared, and I quote, "I know the fans really want The Last of Us Part 3. I hear about it all the time. All I can say is that we're already into our next project, and the decision has already been made. I can't say what it is, but that is the process we went through." Now let's take a peek at a snippet of that Kinda Funny interview.
I know the fans really want Last of Us Part 3. I hear about it all the time. And all I could say is that, look, we're already into our next project. So the decision has already been made. I can't say what it is, but that's the process we went through, that there was a lot of consideration of different things, and we picked the thing we were most excited.
Let's talk about the new multiplayer game when The Last of Us Part 1 video game came out for PlayStation 3 on June 14th, 2013. It came paired with a thrilling multiplayer mode called Factions. This online experience maintained the game's gritty authenticity, offering players limited health, gear, and just a handful of ammo. It even featured a unique metagame where your personal survivor group would grow or shrink based on wins, losses, and overall performance. As The Last of Us Part 2 approached, Naughty Dog announced that a revamped Factions mode would accompany the sequel. However, in 2019, the studio changed course, revealing that the multiplayer component had evolved and required more development than initially expected. The vision of the team grew beyond an additional mode that could be included with our enormous single-player campaign, a statement by Naughty Dog read. On March 13th, 2023, during a Last of Us Season 1 spoiler cast Kinda Funny YouTube video, Neil Druckmann confirmed that the standalone Last of Us multiplayer game is Naughty Dog's next major release, and revealed we'll hear much more about the game later this year. Later in 2023, we'll get more info on what this means. All we know for sure right now is that this game will be online, multiplayer, and standalone, and The Last of Us multiplayer title will introduce a new story with a brand new cast of characters. And this info comes directly from Naughty Dog's co-president, Neil Druckmann. Will the multiplayer game be released later this year, or are we just going to be getting more game updates? Who knows? What about the price to play or potential free-to-play option? It's anyone's guess. We don't yet know which game consoles the standalone multiplayer game will launch on, but PlayStation 5 seems like a safe bet to be the first console. What we do know is that the project has been in development for the past 2 years, as Druckmann revealed during Summer Game Fest 2022. Naughty Dog describes the upcoming The Last of Us multiplayer spin-off as ambitious, with more surprises and content to be unveiled throughout the first half of 2023. So, series fans, keep your eyes peeled because Naughty Dog is just warming up. We even got a glimpse of concept art from the multiplayer game at Summer Game Fest, featuring a forsaken cruise ship crashed into a harbor dark, eerie, and everything we hope this multiplayer experience will embody. We also got additional concept art, depicting the setting to be San Francisco. Check out this excerpt from the 2022 Summer Game Fest, where Druckmann discusses the multiplayer game, and also check out the clip from Kinda Funny discussing the multiplayer game as well.
Things we've mentioned a while back is what started out as a multiplayer mode has evolved due to the team's ambition. They really wanted to do something beyond what we've ever done before at Naughty Dog. And we felt the way to do it justice is to make it a standalone title. And they've been working on it for the past 2 years. Ambition has grown, and we're not quite ready to fully unveil it, but we're ready to lift the curtain a little bit and just give you like an update of where we're at.
Okay, well, what can you tell us about this new standalone multiplayer game?
Yeah, so we have a concept art that we want to show.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that this game is big.
Okay.
It's as big as any of our single-player games that we've done, and in some ways bigger. It's got a story, The way we're telling that story is very unique to this game. It's got a brand new cast of characters. It takes place at another place, another part of the United States.
It's like a city might be somewhat familiar, some people.
I'm sure our fans have already figured it out. And it's really cool. And it's being headed by Vinith Agarwal, Anthony Newman, and Joe Pantnati, all veterans of Uncharted and Last of Us. And you're going to see a lot more of this game.
The Last of Us multiplayer game is our next big title, and you will hear much more about it later this year. And I'm stoked for it. It's
Same.
It's that one's like an interesting experience for me personally because this is the first Last of Us game that I'm not the primary writer, I'm not the director, so I get to see it more from the side and play more of a producer role and more of a mentor role. And that to me is really exciting. And what the team has put together is so cool. And again, it's very different than what I would do because it's made by different people. But that to me is part of the exciting is to get to see other people play in this world in a leadership role and see how it comes together. I can't wait. I can't wait to be able to show it off.
As you just saw in the video, the concept art for the multiplayer game appears to indicate San Francisco. The current background behind me of the other concept art I was referring to about an abandoned cruise ship. We'll have to wait and watch how it all plays out in due time. One last tidbit, lead animator. Maxim Zhuravlov took to Twitter on February 25th, 2023, showcasing The Last of Us 2's abundant door animations, stating that the Naughty Dog team thought they could reuse them forever after completing The Last of Us Part 2. However, Zhuravlov admitted he was wrong, implying that the team is once again hard at work on door animations. Co-game director Vinit Agarwal echoed these sentiments. While door animations might seem like a minor detail, their presence in the Last of Us multiplayer game hints at various possibilities. The game could emphasize the franchise's stealth gameplay, similar to the original Factions multiplayer game, with players potentially using doors to sneak up on opponents. Given the numerous unique door animations in The Last of Us 2, the addition of even more animations in Naughty Dog's multiplayer project indicates the level of detail we can expect in the upcoming game. That's all I have on Last of Us game updates. Stay tuned for future videos on game news updates on this title. What are your thoughts about a Part 3 game, or about this multiplayer game, or about the show, or about anything really about the Last of Us franchise? Let me know in the comments.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this wonderful Brainy Andy YouTube channel. It's so much better than the runners, clickers, stalkers, and bloaters that we have to deal with. Also, leave a comment, and don't forget to hit that notification bell icon to get alerts when new videos are uploaded to this awesome channel. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to surviving out here.
Yes, I couldn't agree more with Ellie. Thank you for watching. And make sure you subscribe to this amazingly underestimated Brainy Andy YouTube channel. After a rough day fighting the fireflies and zombies, I like to come home to a warm, loving YouTube channel like this. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and do it, or else I will get angry.
Thank you for watching that video. As you can see on your screen, I've also included a link to my last video that I made, as well as the second to last video that I made, and also a link to a playlist that contains videos that I've made that are very similar to the one you just watched. And lastly, I've included my logo. If you click that and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video.